Hi, you all. It's Lisabeth of Sparkle Stories, coming to you from my friend's porch in Montreal. I got invited on an adventure this week, which is so fun, and it's appropriate for the theme of this week, which is life as an adventure. And this is a long form Momma Lecture. This is the first time I'm going to do this. Normally, I try to keep them a minute or two, but I'm going to talk a little longer today because I have more to say about this. And I'm going to talk from my own personal experience. This is adult ears only. But first of all, life is an adventure. What I'm talking about in this week's newsletter and this week's theme is like, what story are you telling about your life, right? I like to ask that question. And what would it do, like if you woke up on a normal morning and you're just like, oh, it's the same old, I can do this. All the pressures, all the demands, all the places I feel like I'm failing, all the places that like I feel overwhelmed in. If I take a breath and say, wow, okay, my life is one big learning experience. It's one big adventure. I'm super curious about how I'm growing and what's being asked of me today and how I can meet it. And of course in there you say, where are the priorities and whatnot. But if you instead of go, God, my life is just stuck or whatever, you say, man, my life is an adventure. No matter what's happening and where I am, I'm invited into the adventure of my life. And so how am I going to meet that? I'm invited into the adventure of my life right now. How do I want to meet that? Does that make you more curious about like, ooh, what do I want to create today then? If this situation is an adventure, how would I like to meet that? What would I like to do with it? How would I like to enter into it? And it's basically telling a different story. I'm going to give you my own personal example right now. I am like, let's just bring forward the world context. It feels very, very intense right now. I mean, Vermont just had a bunch of flooding. Weather systems are crazy everywhere. Another team member's close to Toronto where there's terrible flooding. So we have climate. We have all the climate happenings where it just feels intense. We have the political happenings in the United States where it feels incredibly divisive and very intense. And, so we have this context. And I'm in a place where I talk about this. I'm an empty nester and I'm a single person, and I can have a story, particularly as we're heading towards the end of the summer and, it's July still, but I'm thinking about the fall, and I can create a story of like, oh my gosh, this is a scary time to be a single person. And I have really good friends. I have really good community. Even still, I'll be like, this is scary. Like, I shouldn't be single. I really should figure this out really fast and like partner up and, whatever, even though anyway, so this is my story. But then I think, wow, is that where I want to be living my life from sort of fear and lack and grabbiness? Or do I want to be reminded that like I have an incredible community of friends that will take care of me in a heartbeat? I have incredible kids. Oh my God, my boys are the best. And watching them grow and mature and like take sweet care of their mama. Oh, and then, and I have this incredible, Sparkle's an amazing being. Sparkle, that I get to work for a company like this is unbelievable. And is it hard work? Yes. But like it supports me and several families, which is just, breathtaking to me. And then I can think like, wow, this is a tough time on the planet, but I am smart, I am strong, I am scrappy, I am resilient, I am learning, I am loving some of my alone time. This is a giant adventure. How do I want to meet this time? What community do I want to create? What like sense of support do I want to create for myself and other people? Like what can be built in this specific context? What can be said, explored, developed to like make the world a better place in this moment of incredible challenge, right? And like what an adventure is that to be alive at this time. Got me? What do I want to live from? That? Like what can I create in the adventure of life at this time versus like, this is a scary time on the planet, I shouldn't be alone, right? So that's been my own turning point lately of like, what do I want to live from? Let's breathe through that fear. Let's like do all the self-soothing and all of the internal healing we need to do in the moments that it comes up. And then like, let's go live that life as an adventure. I get to go to sit in a cafe next and do some writing and like, wow, this is my adventurous life right here in this moment with my good friend in Montreal. Like, I'm the luckiest person on the planet. You see the mindset shift? Because I could be like, I have to go back and there's so much to do on my house, What story do you want to tell? Life is an adventure? That's a good one. That's a good one if you're going to pick one. I hope that helps. Thanks for tuning in.